Hey everybody, Danny Greco here, and I've got the first month of 2021 condo Seattle area and King County area stats available. Let's jump right into it. So looking at Seattle, again, if you maybe remember from past videos, this is the time of the year where activity is most friendly. Inventory is typically at its lowest point of the year. Buyer activity, conversely, is usually at its most highest or most aggressive. So this is what I've really been looking for, because we were really struggling in the condo market in Q3 and Q4, and then before we really saw a big decline in inventory starting in December. So will that carry over into January? And in Seattle and King County elsewhere, I'm not sure if that really took place. So anyway, starting with Seattle, we did see a positive 23% year over year appreciation for the month of January. So Seattle condos ended January at a $494,000 median sale price. So that part is positive. Now, unfortunately, there were still about 96% more units on the market last month than there were in January of 2020, and that is just not good. That is not good for condo sellers. Very good for condo buyers though, and pretty much the same thing going on elsewhere here too. But last checkup on Seattle here, inventory month over month, we saw it decrease significantly from December to January. It unfortunately went a little bit back the other way in we saw it decrease from November to December and went back the opposite way in January. So they went from about 2.9 months of inventory back to about 3.5. So not great there. But again, as we've talked about in the past, this is really this core downtown Seattle market dragging everything with it. So this isn't necessarily for every condo in every part of the city. Now looking on to the east side, pretty impressive that there was a massive, so the east side ended at a median sale price of $456. That was up about 37% year over year, but oddly down about $100,000 from the previous month. So interesting how that took place. I wouldn't sound off any alarms or anything like that just yet. Inventory pretty much flat over month as well. And then King County, the median price there ended at just under $400,000, which was a 36% increase year over year, but was also down about $24,000 from December. So it's kind of interesting that we're seeing in most of these areas actually a decrease from December to January. Usually that's kind of when we start to bottom off and start to take off. But generally all over King County, you're looking at about 1.67 months of inventory. So still very seller friendly on a whole. And that's only about half of what there is in Seattle, which is again really just kind of bringing everything around it down with it. One thing that was pretty positive for buyers and sellers, or for sellers I should say, maybe not buyers, but January recorded the highest level of absorption rate going back to March of last year. So that means that buyer activity was at its strongest in almost a year. So that is perhaps maybe very encouraging. We'll see if that will continue on here in the next coming months, but more on that here coming up. So we'll get that to you when we can.